So before we put that back in, here we go. Before we put that back in, we got to put our buttons in. And with the buttons, I don't think it matters. Yeah, it doesn't matter which ones go in there. Got your D-pad in. Doesn't matter which direction the D-pad goes. And your when it comes to your membranes, they usually have a little hole on there, and that's sort of a notched or keyed section letting you know which way they go in. So that'll go right here. And just line up that notch. Same thing with the rubber or silicone membranes for the buttons, the power or AB buttons. See, there's two little registry holes, so those will not go that way. Go on like this. Okay. And same thing with the membrane for the D-pad. Probably helped to do this on a surface that didn't protrude the buttons back through, but no worries. So, the screen section will go face down or screen down. It should drop right into place. There we go. Oh, almost. What's happening here? Ah, speaker's in the way. There we go. Plopped right in like that. The speaker sits right in that little cutout there. Focus. Oh. Autofocus for the win. So that'll sit just like that. And then with this, there are some screws we can attach. So this one. And these again are the Phillips. Whatever I said they were last time. Phillips 1, I believe. Oh, IFixIt gods. Which Phillips is it? Yes, Phillips 1. Get in there. So let me know in the comments below, what was your first console? Or maybe what was your first handheld? Seeing as how this is a handheld episode. My first handheld was actually this style Game Boy, so the DMG. Got it from my cousin, which I think I mentioned in another video, in the previous video, which I will also link below. And then after that, it was actually stolen in middle school. I brought it to school and left it in my backpack. Somebody stole it. I'm pretty sure I know exactly who it is. Can't remember his name, not that I would really call him out. Put him on blast on the YouTubes. But I remember he was kind of your typical like jockey kid. And I'm pretty sure it was his based on some comments I remember him making that day that it went missing. I simply went to the bathroom, came back to class, and it was gone. And I wasn't supposed to have it in the first place in school. So I don't recall at this point if I even reported it to the teacher. I might have. Get off there. But I was so distraught that my mother, my amazing mother, shout out Mom, she saw how distraught I was and got me one of the Atomic Purple Game Boy Colors with Pokemon Blue, and gave it to me early for my birthday, or rather for my birthday, but gave it to me early, and I was over the moon. Played the crap out of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, and I haven't held a DMG, as I mentioned, until now. So it's really cool to be getting back into it. I also had a Game Gear. I don't even remember how I got that, but I had a Sega Game Gear. It was pretty awesome. I only had Lion King and what was the other game? Lion King and Sonic. Lion King and Sonic. I also had a Game Genie for it. It was pretty amazing. That was my first Game Genie. But I lost all those when my parents split. So, well, my mom and my stepdad, when they split, I lost pretty much everything. My mom, myself, and my sister lost pretty much everything. So, no more consoles for me. Actually, I think... yeah, I didn't even keep my PlayStation. I don't even think I kept my 64 either. I think he took that. So there are a lot of Phillips screws here. And one of them I definitely dropped on the floor, so I'm going to be missing one anyway. But if I remember correctly, there was something like 16 total Phillips screws. Or maybe it was 16 screws total. I don't know, there's a boatload of screws. I'll let you guys know at the end just how many there were, and if I was missing any or anything like that. Oh, come on. When I had this, when I had my original DMG, just go there. When I had my original DMG, I had Battletoads. That was the only game for it. Only game I had anyway. And it was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really hard too. So that wasn't threading any further. Ah, that's why. Because those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the screws you will use to attach the back to the front. That's why. So if you guys are ever screwing anything into something and you feel resistance, you can always try the trick of backing the screw out and trying it again. And if that doesn't work, then just stop. Take a second to figure out what's going on and go from there. That way you don't risk damaging anything. So back to this board. I'm just going to get this ribbon connector right in there. Excuse me, and you can see pieces are supposed to go together like this. So let's see if I can get a good view here for you. So that ribbon cable, you can see the contacts there where my finger is rather. You can't really see it because of the camera, but I assure you that's where the contacts are. And you just want that to slide up and under this little latch here. So actually what I'm going to do, let's see if I can do it this way. You guys see that okay? Yeah. All right. And if this works, you'll have a little trick for you too, if you guys decide to try this. And if you do decide to try it, definitely let me know. Let me know how your experience goes, if you've done this before, if there were anything that you did differently that could have helped me out. Definitely be good to know for the next time I attempt something like this. Got them all in there. And you should just be able to push that bad boy down in there. I wonder why it's not going. That is how it goes, no? Because then this would sit just like that. Yeah. Supposed to be okay? Oh, I'm out of frame. There we go. I'm not using a ton of force here, guys. I'm just trying to apply even force. There we go. Now it went in. Just like that. Just trying to apply even pressure to get it in. And you'll feel it slot right in there. It's actually easier to set it down like I did. Okay. Then there's nothing really, shouldn't be really anything in the way. Oh, so you see that hole there? It's not supposed to be there, it's because of the shielding. How many of you were shouting at me? The shielding, the shielding. Where does the shielding go? So you guys can learn from my mistakes and don't take several days off of your first attempt at repairing something, because you forget everything that you've done. So let's see if we can figure this out together. So there is one hole there, and there's not a hole there. And that hole would line up there. This way, maybe? No, there's none. There's no holes there. And you can see here at the top, about middle of the frame, do not put a screw there. That'll go directly into your screen and or your ribbon cable. So definitely don't do that. It's really just those two screws that attach. It appears so. Alright, so for reference, I'm just going to pull up a video real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so turns out I noticed my first mistake thanks to a Retro Future video. Thanks a lot, Elliot. So what I did was that shield here needs to be in place before you put this backboard on. No biggie. So what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to unplug it. Just going to take the screws out. This one there were only 3. Definitely go check out the Retro Future if you haven't already. If there's any chance you found my video before his, you should probably play the lotto or something. But he puts out really good videos, so definitely go check him out. I've learned loads from him, and as well as many other channels here on YouTube. Odd Tinkering, Retro RGB. Oh, come on. This does not compute. The list goes on and on. You guys probably all follow them already. There's, like I said, if there's any chance you found me before them, definitely play the lotto. MyMateVince is another one. He's in large part what inspired me to start making videos, because his message of learning and positivity is definitely what I want to sort of project with my channel as well. There's not enough of that in the world. We could all use a little bit more of that, so thanks to him. Alright, so you can see I took those screws out. Just going to set that aside real quick. So this shielding actually goes like this, and you can see it makes a whole lot more sense. All the screw holes line up, all of that goodness. What is happening? There we go. It's getting caught up on something. So yeah, it's just gonna can you see? Yeah. So you're just gonna go with these 4 here. And then those 2 at the top will be screwed into with that board when you put the board in. So just another tip for you guys as well. As often as you can, try to remember to cross tighten your screws, and there's no need to really crank down on them until you're ready to do the final tightening. This just helps apply even pressure and prevent things from falling out of whack. All this is really doing, from what I understand, is providing a little bit of EMI, electromagnetic interference protection, and as well as keeping stuff out of the card slot and out of the rest of the Game Boy. So that's all. And then you can see that when the cartridge is placed down in there, the cartridge slot, this black thing here, rests right in there. You guys can hear my cat. That's Katniss. And he is just fine. He's just dramatic. So I'm going to go let him out of the room real quick. The door wasn't even closed. That punk cat was just making noise. Anyway. Any of you guys have cats? If so, do they do what this weird guy does? He'll carry stuff around in his mouth And when he's doing that, he makes these sort of yowling sounds. And I was reading about it the other night, and it seems to be, at least people's anecdotes seem to suggest that it's a behavior that has something to do with, oh, there he is, has something to do with, sorry, I'm just trying to line this up and it's not making sense right now. Yeah, that's why. Has something to do with sort of like a predator instinct. They will take a kill or something that they've found and bring it back to their gaggle, back to their pack. So I guess he's just bringing me items. And he'll just carry like my little tool bags around. He'll carry socks, he'll carry slippers. He doesn't discriminate. He carries it all. But I've had cats my whole life, and he's the first one I've ever seen do that. So, like I said, let me know if you guys have cats and if they do that. Just curious. Alright. So we'll get this secure again. Oh. And that was the last Phillips screw that I have, because like I said, I dropped one of them on the floor. Let me see if I see it anywhere. Ah, I landed on a sock, so perfect. Maybe that was a sock Canis brought me. Thanks, Canis. Alright, so this goes, I'll use this one just to secure the, yeah, it's lined up good. Just to secure the headphone jack down here. Alright, and then that should, unless I made some other catastrophic error, should just fall right in place. Here we go. Oh, I want to get ahead of myself. This is your little power slider. So that will go on this side. Oh, no it won't. Just kidding. It'll go here. So there are no batteries in it or anything, but if you just slide the latch over, kind of towards the middle, should help you to align this guy. And if I remember correctly, sorry guys, I'll be back. Got the power switch, power slider. So all I did was just what I showed on camera, which was to move that slider just to the, or the switch rather, just to the middle. And then this guy should go right on top. goes this way. Go right on top just like that. Okay, and then that little notch will stick out, and I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it. Here we go. Should go right in there and line up with that. Is that right? Probably not. Just kidding, doesn't go that way. I was right the first time. It goes this way. This would be a lot easier if I had tweezers with me, but I don't. It is in the middle, so it should. Just go right down in there. Stupid thing. It definitely goes that way. Maybe if I switch it all the way that way. Yeah, I think it's easier to get that in there. And then the switch. Of course. Get in there anyway. Oh, I don't want to take this apart again. So I'm going to take that board out again. Live and learn, right? Okay, so with that, we'll be able to slide the board out. Slide the switch in a little bit. So instead of struggling forever, I'm just going to grab... Oh, I didn't take all the screws out. I might not have to if I just take all the screws out. I was going to go grab some tweezers. Alright, so with that out, that aside. This guy should. Yeah, so it just rests right in there, just like that. Sides back and forth nicely. So, for the, what is this, third time today? I'm gonna set this guy, set this down. Set this guy back in. Hopefully aligning that power switch right. Keeping everything else in line. Something's not right. It's not sitting properly. Oh yeah, it's fine. All right, cool. Saw some dust fall. So the good thing about failing is every fail is a learning opportunity. So that's all back in there. Hopefully this is the last time. But I hope that before as well, so we'll see. Get this out of the way. Ooh. Just made that worse. So, last time it was easiest for me to line up this bottom section here first, and then everything else kind of fell into place. Which of course isn't happening now, because that'd be too easy, right guys? So what's the problem this time? I don't think there's a problem. I think it's just awkward, that's all. You see? Yeah. Line that up. I was thinking... Oh, there we go. Close that in. Maybe it's easier to do it this way. It still feels weird. What's happening? Ah. That would help. I would imagine. This is not screwed down all the way. Wasn't the only problem. Feel like it. Maybe it's just the way the ribbon cable sits. I think it'll come together just fine. Once I put the screws in. I think that's all it is. Yeah, I think that's it. Once I get the screws in, I think everything will be just fine. So I gotta switch bits. And out here, it's the Y1s, or the tri-wing, tri-Ys. Come on. Alright, so I just got those 3 in. So it's not going to sit flush right now, and that's okay. That feels really hard though. Buttons feel fine. Contacts are there. As not as this guy. Just don't think that's right. So, pop the screws out again, and we'll try again. Just like I said earlier, take a few minutes to, make sure you're doing things properly. That way nothing gets damaged. And learn from your experiences. What's going on here? So maybe just that grounding bar? Or what looks like a grounding bar? This guy right in there, that piece of metal. There's 2 of them. Maybe it's those. Everything else is screwed in where it's supposed to be as far as I can tell. Power button's not interfering. And it does come together when I apply pressure, but it doesn't seem like you should have to apply pressure for that to happen. Nothing feels loose. Definitely seems to be catching on that side more than anything. What's the deal? What is your deal? Still seems to be this, maybe this soundboard? I don't know, because when I push down, it doesn't feel like it's a soundboard. It feels like something over here. Alright, so for reference, I'm going to go check with the pros. So it appears I was doing everything correct from what I can tell. So maybe it just takes a little bit more pressure than what I thought. Now there's also supposed to be a screw here from a video I just watched. But I can't seem to find that screw, so maybe I lost it, maybe, who knows, somebody else lost it. Probably me, because this thing didn't seem to be tampered with. So, I think it just may apply a little bit more pressure. And keep going, and we'll see. See what happens. Come on, really? You are the most annoying screw in the whole bunch. So that's 1, 2, 3. Feels like it's coming together nicely. That's why. Figured it out, guys. Although you probably figured it out before I did. So the problem is, you can see right in there, I put a screw in there before, and it's not supposed to be there. That's what I'm guessing the problem is. It's going to be this guy right here. Oh, and that's a Phillips. Of course it's a Phillips. Back to the PH1. You live and learn, right? Alright, so that does not go there. Let's see. See if that was it. Two. That seems to go together a lot better. Tri-wings. So I bet you that's the Phillips that I thought I lost. It goes on the soundboard over yonder. Over yonder. Here we go. Right there. So, that's the one that I thought I lost. And it goes right in there. This bad boy right over. And now, everything should go together pretty easily. Oh yeah, much better. It should just be these 6 Y-wing tri-wings. The Y-tris. Sounds vaguely depressing, right? Y-tri. We try because it is hard. How about that? That's why you try. Alright, and again, I'm not tightening these down to full tightness yet, but now I'm going to go back around and to do just that. It should pull everything together quite nicely. Unless I made another error, which is also possible. Nay, highly likely. Not possible. That's alright, we're just winging it here. Alright. That wheel moves just nicely. Contrast moves nicely. You can see, once you actually line it up properly, comes together. All seamlessly. Perfect. Cool. So if you remember from before, got my Panasonic Eneloops here. So we'll pop those in. Make sure this is off. This last battery terminal in yonder. Still feel like I'm putting that in incorrectly, but who knows, maybe it's just loose from being old. Hopefully you guys weren't out of focus too long. Just noticed that you were. Supposed to be autofocus, but if you ever recorded something, you know how that goes. So, pop in Mario Golf. It's the big test. Oh, look at that. Turn the volume up. You can see we have power. I can turn the flash off. We have power. We have the Nintendo logo. What about the contrast wheel? Contrast doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let's try that again. Okay, you can see the contrast is all the way off. See the Nintendo logo? It's not really helping any, is it? The good thing is with it powering on, we can tell that this yellow border here, that's normal. You're going to see that. That's just where there's no pixel data from what I understand. But it's good because usually if there are problems, you'll get vertical yellow lines indicating there's a problem with that ribbon cable down there. I don't really think these suffer from horizontal lines too frequently, but I wonder if just that game needs to be cleaned. Although the pins look very shiny. The listing said they were okay. I cleaned the slot down in there, so that shouldn't be it. Let's try it again. Yes. So you guys can tell the volume does work. And this game actually just shows up when you search for it. It just shows up as golf, even though it shows Mario's back on the front. I've never played it, so let's have a first look together. A's not doing anything, B's not doing anything. Oh, you gotta start. Okay. There we go. So name registration. Let's go with the channel name here. See, it doesn't look like there's many characters, so we'll do makes and mods. Cool. Start. USA 18, because we're in the USA. Was I playing? What just happened? Oh, okay, no. Okay, I see what's going on here. So the up and down arrows are what select your club. We're on the T, so I want some sort of driver. I assume those are wedges. It's been forever since I played golf. Shouldn't there be a D or driver? Pitching wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron, 7-iron, 6-iron, 5, 4, 3, 1, 4 wedge, 3 wedge, 1 wedge, putter, sand wedge, pitch wedge. I don't remember what that means. Alright, this looks like a driver. So I'm going to go there, and I want to go you can see my finger grease on there. I'll clean that up before I put a lens on. I want to go at about here, that angle. I'm going to assume A is to hit. Yep. Okay, so it looks kind of like Hot Shot Golf. I wonder if it only has that one. Oh, look at that. Are we on the green? Right in the fairway. Cool beans. Go that way a little bit. Hope I don't yank it. Go with a 1 wedge. I don't know what that means anymore. Oh, that was way better. Definitely want a 1 wedge. Oh, a trap. Oh, hazard. Water hazard. Man. Hitting it from the side. Let's go with a sandwich. And try to lay it up over here because I'm not good enough. Oh, oh. Ooh. In the rough. I don't think I'm good enough to not roll off there, so I'm gonna go a little bit to the left. Pitch wedge. Oh. Yank that way to the left on the green. Putter. Okay, so it only lets you select the putter from here, so that's probably a good thing for people like me. Left and right help you aim up and down. Oh, and those are little arrows I just noticed. So if I aim this way, it's telling you which direction it slopes, I suppose. So I'm gonna aim like that. Oh, that was really hard. Whoopsie. Can't get any worse, right? Clear to the other side. Look at that. In the water. It can always get worse. That's the lesson you learn from this video, guys. Yeah, so you can see there, just how much of an effect it has on it. All right, so that's the end, guys. Shows you you can probably fix more than you know. Okay guys, so here we are at the end of the second part of the Gameboy DMG video, and this is actually the end of the series. So what I'm doing is just turning it on to prove that the game saves, that the battery works, and that the repair still works, whatever this is, the next day or something. So I just want to say thanks to everyone for coming along, and I invite you guys to come back here and help me make, modify, and motivate in the future right here on Makes and Mods. Thanks again. I look forward to future videos.